60 Minutes Overtime.
This week for 60 Minutes, we did a piece on the emotional and psychological impact of COVID-19. One of the people we talked to was Wynton Marsalis, who lost his father, Ellis Marsalis, in the beginning of April. Ellis Marsalis was not only the patriarch of the famous Marsalis family, but he was a teacher of other great jazz musicians in Louisiana. We talked to Wynton Marsalis about life, death, jazz, his father, parenting, and musicianship in this very difficult time.
But he went out exactly with the cool of a jazz man.
Where was he when he passed away?
He was in the hospital. He was in New Orleans.
And you were in New York?
I was in New York. Yeah, I couldn't get down there.
When your mother passed away, you had the traditional New Orleans celebration of her life. I saw a video of you playing on your horn.
Right.
It was beautiful in the way that is. Do you feel an emptiness because you won't be able to do that for your father?
You know, that's our tradition, so I feel it. Yeah, we're gonna do something because that's our tradition. I love my father so deeply and with such respect and veneration. I went on all the gigs with him when I was 3, 4, 5, and they were always in clubs that were underpopulated. It wasn't glamorous. One thing I just say about him is that he went out the way he was. You know, he didn't complain.
What does that mean?
I mean, he didn't complain. He had a worldview. He was always embracing the larger humanity. That's what he always taught. And that's what he taught me, not just in words, that's how he was. I saw him play for 2 people, 1 person in a club at 2 a.m. And I would be thinking, why does a person do something like this?
Wynton, why does a person do something like that?
He said, because it needs to be done. I said, but man, nobody likes this. He said, I like it. He said, this music is important, but why is it important? He said, because it is.
What message does that send when somebody is standing alone on a stage with just 2 people in the audience about their commitment?
Man, if I could tell you how many times I've walked out on bandstands in some of the best halls in the world, and when I walk out there, that's what I think about that night when I was 13 or 14 and I saw him do that. And that type of dedication we're seeing all over the world. Look at what healthcare workers are doing. And that was always my father's thing. Yeah, I'm a guy in New Orleans, in Kent, Louisiana, and I'm doing this, but there are people all over that you don't see, and they're doing stuff every day. They function on a belief, and we're all together. And you may not see them, but they're there.
We function on a belief.
Yeah.
What does that mean? That sounds like, that's more than music.
Yeah, he taught much more. He taught humanity through music. And that's how he was, you know. He was always, that was his last thing to me. Other people's struggling too, man. Other people's loved ones dying. Yours is not no more significant than theirs.
What is the message for people who are struggling and scared right now?
I mean, there's nothing wrong with being scared, nothing wrong with struggling, but we're gonna come out of this. Now, we're not gonna be the same as before we came into it. And some of us are not gonna make it. And that's a fact of the world turning around. But we gotta take the best of what we have and the best of who we are, and we gotta reach for it and put it together, like what those scientists are doing and doctors, and what we see every day. And we're gonna come out of it because we come out of stuff. And we're gonna be all right.